Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, LA! Dalvin Cook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Check 80. Half 85. Half 85. Pick me up. Here we go. 59 mark. 59 mark. Here we go. 59. Here we go.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Tight end left. Tight end left. 4 down. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 4 down.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. This to C.J. Ham, the fullback. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Check 50. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
From just shy of midfield, Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 29-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
That's the way. Check, 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 check.
A give to Cook out of the gun. Evades the tackler, and now some space. He's got daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-zip. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Allen. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, check, 59.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. And here's Allen to throw again. Looking deep downfield. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Let's get it. Mike's 50. Mike's 59. Cut. Watch the twist.
Now Allen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Allen going to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Here we go. It's a flag. 950. It's a party now. It's a party.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll set up to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Eric Ebron. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Allen now looks to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Trey Boston shot through on the safety blitz for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Set. Hey, Lobo, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Let it go.
Here's 2nd and 8. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw again on second down. Allen. And this one's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Allen's throw is complete, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Give him the lead on the tackle. A gain of 1 yard. First down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Now back to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
50-yard line.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Danny.
On second down, it's Cook. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw here. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Coverage on the play by Patrick Chung.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete. Intended for Taylor Gabriel. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Fielded about a yard deep.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be third down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw, it's Allen. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
13 yards there and a Niner first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. This is Grant. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Throwing on second down. Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And able to find Conley. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Hey, Mike 7.
They'll try and run for it. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Allen, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. 70 ending. Too little, cut.
On play action, they'll throw. That's caught by Hollister. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll look to throw here. That'll be complete to Cook. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
They run it again with Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They go play action here on 1st down. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jacob Hollister, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Allen. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Here we go.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Allen. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Here's Allen. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They will run with Grant. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
First down at the 6-yard line.
Give me that ball, defense. Get lower. Go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Cook. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A huge play that time for the Rams. And even 50 yards on the ground. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever.